Jeremy and Jimmy are writing a show.
What the hell it'll be, we don't know.
So listen in as we document our process.
This is the podcast called
Show in Progress. Bing! Welcome to Show in Progress, the podcast where we brainstorm our next hit show. I'm Jeremy Moses.
And I'm Jimmy Bilenko.
We've been friends for a while and we've been trying to write a show together, but we've been struggling with the writing part. So we thought we'd meet up and do a podcast, and then we can brainstorm ideas and come up with the best format for our show. And the show could either be at the Fringe Festival,
the Comedy
or
Festival,
the Melbourne International Comedy Festival next year. It could be a one-off. I just think we're two really funny people, and we've got ideas. And so I think this podcast will be a way for us to document what we've come up with, and hopefully we can turn that into a show. And that'll be fun.
Sounds good to me.
So, Jimmy, tell me about yourself. How did you get into comedy?
Well, originally I got into comedy because of my ADHD. I have to either talk or listen, and my mind just goes everywhere, and I can't focus on anything. And I found telling jokes actually helped me out, and luckily for me in high school, the teachers really enjoyed my jokes as well, so I had a segment during every assembly called Jimmy's Jokes, which ended up becoming a real hit. Although one time I was worried it would get me expelled from school.
Oh, why? What happened?
So, now this was after September 11. We had someone, a special guest, come to our school. They didn't say who, it was kept completely secret. And the guest was running late, so the teacher said, look, can you go up on stage, just entertain them while the guest comes up? And for some reason, I did quite a few jokes, and the last one that I did was this one. Monica Lewinsky went to a dry cleaner and said, could you help me get the stain off this dress? The dry cleaner, being a bit hard of hearing, goes, come again? She goes, no, it's ice cream this time. Oh. I thought it was funny, but to my shock, everyone was gasping, and I was like, what the hell's going on? Then I look coming up to the stage, and I swear this isn't a joke. Bill Clinton.
No.
Yes, Bill Clinton was in Australia, in Melbourne, going to different schools, and he came to our school to do a talk.
That is wild.
Yeah, luckily he laughed and shook my hand, so...
He had a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really funny.
Thanks.
That's amazing. So you used to do jokes at assembly.
Yep.
Did they know you were funny?
Yeah, well, I was considered pretty much a class clown from year 9 onwards. That was when I started having trouble concentrating. And I liked telling jokes, I liked making up jokes, although mostly I liked telling jokes that I had heard. It evolved over time. I think it was the principal. He said, look, I've got an idea. Why don't you do a segment called Jimmy's Jokes? And I said, hell yeah.
And how often did this happen? Like every assembly?
Yeah, every assembly.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you start performing in festivals?
Mum, who works in Jewish care, she had been contacted by someone, and she introduced me to her, and this person had started the Jewish Comedy Festival at the Classic Cinemas, actually. I did a set there for like 10 minutes. It ended up having a lot of improv as well, because I had a whole set in my mind, and I asked the MC to introduce me as the sexy beast, because she asked me, how do you want to be introduced? And I said, oh, introduce me as the sexy beast. So she comes up to the microphone and she goes, well, this next comedian asked me to introduce him as the sexy beast.
I think it's accurate. Yeah.
Thanks, but so I knew I had to rescue myself from total humiliation. So I said, well, she actually is speaking from personal experience. And she came back up on stage and slapped me. Well, not slapped me hard, but like slapped me and says, never again. And I'll go, well, you say that all the time. And that ended up being the start, and it ended up being a bit improvised. And yeah, I had 2 years, but then that went down. That stopped after, unfortunately, my dad had been diagnosed with brain cancer, and so everything basically ended up revolving around keeping him as as comfortable as possible. And then after he passed, I went to a lot more comedy clubs because it helps me. It helped get rid of the depression.
It is like a healing thing, isn't it, comedy? Like, I think it helped me get over some grief, helped me, like, overcome my disability a bit. Yeah. I think it's comedy is good, and I think I'm glad that we met, and I'm glad that we're working on a show together, and it'll be really fun. Yeah. So you did a show in the comedy... No,
the Fringe Festival.
You did a show in the Melbourne Fringe called...
Comedians Without Borders. And this was actually one of my first ideas because it had me. I'm Jewish. Yes, I know that's not very popular to say these days, but...
No, it's fine.
And there was a Christian comedian who ended up completely quitting on us. So I'm not going to give away her name because I don't want to embarrass her, even though I should. And then there was a Muslim comedian, Bobby Osborne. So it was called Comedians Without Borders because it was to show that it doesn't matter where you're from or what religion, race, or background you are. What matters is, in the context of this show, was what matters is if you're funny, but in reality what matters is how you treat people and how you live your life, because that's the most important thing, and religion to me doesn't matter.
What year did you do that show?
That was 2024. Actually, yeah. Wow.
And it was self-produced? Like, you did it all yourself?
Well, me, Bobby, and I'm gonna give a big shout-out to Aidan Hitchens for stepping in as the Christian comedian.
He's a good guy. Yeah. It was really funny. Thanks. I liked it. You guys got on the stage and you swapped hats.
Yeah, well, it wasn't just hats. So we had... like icons of our religion. So I had the kippah, and Bobby had the kufi, and then Aidan had a cross, and we just swapped these around, and then we just took off our shirts, and we all had the same T-shirt with it saying "Comedians Without Borders."
Yeah, it was a really generous idea for a show and like really fun. I enjoyed it. And
first day didn't go so well, as you remember, because only you and Amanda were the only ones that actually showed up, and you helped get some other people.
You know, I've played to rooms with only two people. Like, you were one of two people in one of my shows for Comedy Festival this time.
Yep.
I think you've been in like a two-person audience with me a couple of times.
Yeah.
At Trades Hall. Yeah. I had a quiet night where I only had two people, and you were one of them. But your laughter fills a room. Like, you... you make the whole room feel like there's a whole bunch of people.
You know, I thank you for saying that, but I really wish others would agree too. Like, believe it or not, have you ever seen the Simpsons episode where Homer gets banned from an all-you-can-eat buffet for eating too much?
I do, yeah, I have seen that, yeah.
It's ridiculous, and yet this happened to me in real life. Not an all-you-can-eat buffet, but at the Comics Lounge on Errol Street, I was banned for life. I'm banned for life from there because my laughter is too loud.
Yeah, it's bizarre. It's bizarre. It's really weird.
The first time that happened was at a different venue, and I wasn't banned for life, but it was at the Rubber Chicken, and at least there it made sense, because... if the comedian is afraid of my laughter, then he's in a perfect venue because he's a chicken whose daddy really should have used a rubber.
Nicely done. I've seen comedians be a bit mean to you about your laugh and like tell you to like quiet down your laughter and stuff. It's really mean. Like, I think you contribute a lot to a show and you just enjoy it, and it's lovely and it's infectious.
Thanks.
And some comedians would be like, oh, it disrupts, my rhythm or whatever. But like, if you can't adapt to someone laughing, then like you're not a very good comedian. But no, it's really it's nice what you do, and you're a big fan of comedy. How many? You average a lot of shows every comedy festival.
Yep.
What's your record?
57.
On which festival?
This was 2021.
And you saw 57 shows.
Actually, no, sorry, 2022, yeah.
You saw 57 shows.
Yeah, it would have been over 60, but the last week I got COVID.
Wow. I've always seen you around different gigs. You seem to love going to different comedians, showing your support.
Yeah.
So let's tell the many viewers we've got, the many listeners, how we first met. So I was doing a show called 157 Minutes of Bad Slam Poetry. It changed every year. So it was minutes first, and then it was hours, and then it was years.
So we completely skipped days and months and weeks.
Yeah, exactly. When I first emailed you to open my show...
I couldn't do it because I was in Germany.
That's right. Yeah, I DM'd you. I knew you'd be the right guy for the show.
Thanks.
And you were away, sadly. So then when I brought it back for Comedy Festival, you opened the first show of my Comedy Festival run.
Yep, and my mum was there, and she really enjoyed your show as well.
That's right. And that was my first ever Comedy Festival. I was only in comedy for half a year at that point.
Wow.
Yeah, because I started comedy just before Melbourne Fringe in 2023. 2023.
If 2003, then you'd have been in comedy for a long time.
Yeah, it would justify my aging. Yeah. So I did my first Fringe in 2023, and I signed up before I'd ever done stand-up comedy. So I wrote the show, not knowing how to do it, and then performing, I kind of figured it out. So I would do open mic nights. I did the St Kilda Cellars a lot. Every week I tried to get there and practice 5 minutes of the show every time until I figured out how to do it. And I was nervous at first, my first ever gig, my knee was shaking, I was really nervous. And then I got into it, and then my Melbourne Fringe show was really nice, and we had a good a lot of people, and I had a different disabled person or someone touched by disability opening every show, and I really wanted you to open for us. You were away, so then the next year when I did Comedy Festival, you were nice enough to do it.
Of course.
And it was a really fun show, and we've been inseparable ever since, I would say.
Yep, we go to musicals together, we go to different comedy shows together, we go to theater together. If Amanda wasn't your wife, I'd be your comedy wife.
Oh, me? Oh, I thought you meant you'd marry Amanda, and I'm like, fuck you. That's not very nice. Yeah, no, you would be my wife. And in some ways you are, and in some ways my wife gives you her blessing. So I think that's nice, because it means that she doesn't have to go to all the gigs with me, which is good for her. So naturally, us knowing each other for a couple of years and being in comedy together and being in audiences, seeing other shows together, now seems like the right time for us to write a show together.
Yep.
So we've kind of been spitballing a little bit. We kind of haven't nailed down a time to sit down and write. So now we've got a podcast, we can start to kind of come up with ideas.
Yep.
So that brings us to a segment which I like to call What's the Big Idea? And What's the Big Idea is a segment where you and I will each present our big idea for the show.
All right.
And I haven't told you about this in advance.
So I'm hearing it for the first time, just like you guys are.
Jimmy, what's the big idea?
What's the big idea? Well, let's see. The big idea for a title.
Okay. That's a good place to start.
Yep.
We need to come up with a name for the show. So we've been spitballing ideas. What did we have so far?
Well, so far my idea was cut gems, because if you guys have heard of Uncut Gems, there was a movie, and it's also Uncut Gems are I think some of the most valuable gems in the world. But Jeremy and I, as you know already, we're Jewish. Jews have to be circumcised, so we're cut gems.
Which I think is a really good title. I think it's really strong.
Thanks.
It's slightly graphic. The audience will know a bit.
Wait till you see the poster.
Yeah, dick pics. No, the audience will learn something about us, which is nice, I think. I think that's what you want in a show.
Yeah.
So the show, we want it to be an hour long.
Yep.
That's usually the format for festivals. Maybe we can do it in Comedy Festival next year in Melbourne.
Yep.
Maybe we can do it in Adelaide. Maybe we can do it in Edinburgh one day.
Hell yeah.
So I think there's potential for us to make a really good show.
Yeah, we just need the money. Hint.
But also, yeah, exactly. But also, we need a catchy title and we need a good idea. And we don't have many of those in concrete yet.
Yeah.
So the point of this podcast is so that we can figure out
For ourselves and so that you guys can help as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I know we'll be putting out episodes, but we will be looking at every comment, and we might even put up polls so that you can vote on an idea, and we'll try and put it into our show.
That's a good idea. Yeah,
That's a big idea.
It's a big yeah. What's the big idea? Okay. So
Jeremy, what's the big idea?
You know, I came up with this segment and I haven't really got a big idea, which is ridiculous because you didn't know and you've already given us a name. But do we go with Cut Gems or do we think of something else? We were thinking if we were to do it just before Jewish New Year.
Just after New Year.
Just after New Year,
Yeah.
which is kind of when the festivals, it lines up with with Melbourne Fringe, I think.
Yeah, with the Melbourne Fringe.
And what was going to be the name for that? Did we have something?
Happy Jew Year, a month too late. Or a month late.
Happy Jew Year is good. Yeah, a month too late is pretty funny. So maybe if we do Fringe, that would be what we do next year. Yeah, I think let's keep working on names. I think Cut Gems sums us up pretty well.
Yeah.
What's my big idea? I watched a documentary about Mel Brooks.
Oh.
And in it, they talk about he and Carl Reiner used to do this bit called The 1,000-Year-Old Man.
Oh, yeah, I remember that bit.
And
I'm not that old, but I...
yeah, I would hope not.
Thank you, YouTube.
1,000-Year-Old Man is basically Carl Reiner plays the straight man and asks Mel Brooks the questions, and Mel Brooks improvises as that
1,000-year-old man.
1,000-Year-Old Man. And they did it through, like, with different characters as well. I think you're quite good at coming up with ideas on the spot.
Thanks.
Maybe this could work into the show. Maybe we could improv, or maybe we could write a sketch.
All right.
So how about we do one where you're Rasputin and I am...
Rasputin, Russia's greatest love machine.
Yeah, and you speak Russian as well, so that's good.
Yep.
So I will be Rasputin's chef. Bring Rasputin a meal. So let's do a scene. And action. Hey, Rasputin, do you want some pasta?
Pasta? Ugh. I want borscht.
Okay. That's a good scene. And scene. No, that's not very good.
That's all right.
That's all right. Okay, how about this? You answer me in Russian. Okay?
Хорошо.
Yeah. So I'm like,
That means good, by the way.
and action. Hey, Rasputin, do you want some pasta?
Что ты говоришь? Я совсем не понимаю.
I don't understand you.
That's actually exactly what I said. I said, what are you saying? I don't understand you.
And scene. Okay, I think that one was better. So let's think about maybe doing that. As that's my big idea. So yeah, I think that was good. So we've talked about us. We've talked about...
Well, actually, I wanted to ask you now that since you've asked me,
Yeah.
what got you into comedy?
When I was a kid, I used to make these videos with my friend Boris, where we had like a home video camera, and we'd just make these sketches and weird things. Like I'd knock on my neighbor's door wearing like a wedding dress, and like my mum's old wedding dress, and just irritating people, and like different costumes, different hats. And we'd sleep over at each other's houses and make it the point of the weekend to improvise like a short film, or to go up to the school and film around the school and come up with like little ideas for sketches. And then after that, I started doing these short films in high school, and I used to get all my friends involved. And a lot of people were like, hey, he's visually impaired and he's doing film, like a blind filmmaker. How does that work? And I showed those fucks. Yeah, exactly. And so then I started a thing called Variety Garage, which was like a YouTube channel.
Oh, so that's where you got that name from.
Yeah, I made short films for Variety Garage, and I made these mini documentaries. I moved to Melbourne in 2018.
Oh, so you're not from Melbourne originally?
No, from Sydney.
Okay.
I grew up in Sydney and I moved to Melbourne, and then was a bit bored, and then lockdown happened, and I was doing these poems where like I'd wear a pink beret and I'd blow a harmonica. I did like 100 poems in 100 days. And then the poems led into stand-up comedy, and I wrote the show about the poetry that I did at the Melbourne Fringe, and then I did the Melbourne Fringe, and then I did the Melbourne Comedy Festival, and then we met, and now we're here.
Yep.
So that's my origin story. So I've done 3 Melbourne Fringes. I've done 3 Melbourne Comedy Festivals. I've done Sydney Fringe Comedy 1 year. I did Adelaide earlier this year. My current show that I'm touring is Jeremy Moses' Hard to Work With. So hopefully you don't abandon me like the rest of them.
I'll try not to, but we'll see. You are very hard to work with.
Oh, thank you.
And you keep ignoring my advice.
What's your advice?
I keep telling you, put at the front, Jeremy Moses is hard, and on the back, to work with.
That's a good idea, yeah.
It'll get you more audience, although maybe not the right kind, but...
Yeah. Actually, history has told me that I get less audiences when I tell people about my erections. Anyway, so I think we've made some good progress in the show. We've got the working title of our show is Cut Gems.
Yep.
We've got a sketch where I offer Rasputin spaghetti, which we may or may not use.
Yeah.
And we have discussed a couple of big ideas.
Yeah.
Which is the name of the segment that I did. And
yeah, that you didn't even tell me about until I got here and we started filming.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I think like it's good to surprise each other.
Yeah, true. Next time I'll probably come in naked.
Oh my God. I mean, you're welcome to.
No, I'm just kidding. That'd be for a completely different audience, and that'll cost you $20 a month.
You should start an OnlyFans. Let's move the show into OnlyFans, and then we can make some money out of it. So this has been Show in Progress with Jeremy and Jimmy. It's our first episode.
So tell us what you think, what you like, what you dislike, any ideas for future segments. We're going to be here every week at the same time, hopefully.
So as you mentioned earlier in the show, you used to do jokes at assembly.
Yep.
So maybe we should end on a Jimmy's joke. So ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy's jokes.
Yeah, so this guy, he loves to drink. Absolutely loves it. And the bar he goes to, he notices it's got a competition where you put $10 in, and if you can do the 3 tasks, you get to drink anything you want for free for the rest of your life. And he's asking, what's going on? Like, what are the tasks? And the barman says, well, first you got to drink a whole gallon of tequila, and you got to stay upright. You can't collapse. Then, out back, we've got a crocodile with a bad tooth. You got to pull it out. Finally, upstairs we've got a 90-year-old prostitute who hasn't had it in a long time. You need to make everything good for her. So at first he goes, yeah, right, I can't do that. But then he starts drinking, and beer brain takes over. I can drink this, I can pull the tooth out, I can do everything. Alright, let's go for it. So he gets the gallon of tequila. He's swaying all over the place, but manages to stay upright. Goes out back. All you can hear is yelling, screaming, growling, roaring. Then all of a sudden, a scream and silence. A minute goes by, he comes limping back into the door. Alright, now where's that hooker with a bad tooth?
I like it.
Thanks.
Did you do that one at assembly?
Yeah.
And the school were fine with it?
I don't know, but I got lots of laughter, so...
How old would you have been when you did that?
This was year 11, so I was 17.
Amazing. Amazing. And you haven't aged a day since.
Thanks.
That was Show in Progress with me, Jeremy Moses.
And me, Jimmy Bilenko.
Follow us on Instagram for show updates and videos. I'm at Variety Garage AU.
And I'm at Jimmy Bilenko. Stay tuned for more episodes wherever you get your podcasts.